give it a like if the countryside is your thing and it helps this live stream get out to more people. Or, of course, after it's going live anyway, even if you watch it down the road tomorrow, next month, next year. We're in Colombia's countryside, and the signal seems to be good so far. I can hear rancheras far away from here in that little group of houses right down there. Somebody's already in the chat. I mean, on the live stream, I can see that one person has joined. Cool. Hopefully, oh, and then it disappears. Always the ghost in the machine. Always the ghost in the machine. But it takes a few minutes for people usually to join the live stream. It doesn't happen automatically, because people get the notification. I sent it out like 15 minutes ago or so. But I'm gonna stay away from the rancheras. They're right down the street over here. I don't know if it's even audible. Yeah, it's probably audible. I can hear it. Let me just get away from that's the Vicente Fernandez rancheras. Thanks for the thumbs up. Eva, let's go. Eva, vamos. Eva, vamos. Let's go, Eva. Vamos. That's Eva, my companion for today. One of the girls from the country house. She's not one of my kids, but she is family. She's my cousin's dog, Eva. So there are 2 people in the chat now. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the thumbs up. Of course, only if you like this. If you like this kind of content and what I'm showing here in the countryside. Unfortunately, they've been cutting down a lot of trees in this area. And Copacabana's down that way, down the ridge, over that ridge, down into the metro area, or the Valley of Aburrá, where Medellin's located. This is not the Valley of Aburrá. This part where we are, is part of the San Nicolas Valley, I think, but not Valley of Aburrá, because that's what I think. Yeah, they're playing rancheras. I was going down towards that area, but they're playing rancheras really loud. So it's a Sunday walk here in the countryside. And these are people's country homes. There's one country house right there. And that red building over there, that's a school. Let me zoom in a little bit. That's a school. No, that's somebody's home. The school is the blue one. I got mixed up. That's the school. It's a rural school, because this is the rural area, the countryside. Guarne, well, this is not even Guarne. This part right here where we're looking at, this is Copacabana now. But Copacabana, the town itself, the town is on the other side, going down, way down. And you can walk down there. You can walk up this way. It takes about an hour and a half. Or you can come up on public transportation. But that is, all that land there belongs to, if I remember properly, to the township of Copacabana, which is north of Medellin, the city or the town north of Medellin. Bedroo's on the left and Copacabana's on the right, going north out of Medellin. Ooh, let me zoom back out. That's another country house right there. That's with prefabricated. That's a prefabricated home right there. Look at it. That's prefabricated. That's with those sections of prefabricated material. That's not built with regular concrete and adobe. That one there is. That one right there is built with a regular adobe or whatever brick siding. Doesn't look like a prefab. And this one here, I think this one is a prefab. This one is a prefab because I can see from here the little divisions where they unite those plates, or placas as they call them in Spanish. So this is the countryside. There's some folk over there walking that I ran into a little 5 minutes ago. They were taking out their, doing their Sunday afternoon walk after having lunch. I ran into them a few moments ago. And there goes the rest of the mountain ridge there and some houses. So let's go keep walking and see as much as we can here in the countryside. And if we go that way, we're going towards Rio Negro, Guardia, the town itself, the town center, the urban area, and going towards Marinilla, where I did a live stream a week ago. And yesterday's live stream, for those of you joining now watching this, yesterday's live stream was bad. I mean, it didn't go well because the signal there, the signal strength was just horrible for my mobile service provider in terms of cell phone or mobile service, whatever you want to call it. I have Tigo. It's considered the best in all of Colombia, but of course there are going to be areas where there's not going to be a signal. And even other mobile service providers have a problem there because they don't really have a signal in that area. Let's wait for the little Jeep to pass by. Make sure Eva doesn't. Eva, acá. Venga para acá, mi amor. Venga para acá. Quédese conmigo aquí. Make sure nothing happens to her. Velas. Bien. And that's one of the little regular little, that some people have those things as public transportation service, like illegal, sometimes legal in the towns, and they charge people to bring their little grocery shops, grocery shopping, to bring them up this way faster, and instead of waiting for the village bus, the village bus. It's a helicopter, military chopper coming. Eva, venga! Eva, para acá. There's a Colombian military chopper. And there it goes right there. That's a military chopper. Eva, venga. So, Eva, espere. I'm just gonna wait for her. Eva, espere, ya no good. No, Buenas.
Buenas.
Vamos. Let's go. Eva. Somebody else's country house here is fenced in. Right there, if you have any questions, anybody watching at this moment, please leave them in the chat or even in the comment section after the video has concluded the live stream. That's an old country house. I remember that country house being here back like 30 years ago. When I used to come to Colombia on vacation and visit. Now I've been living here for a total of 23 years. Not continuously, but 23 years total. And some people fence in their properties because they have dogs and they don't want their dogs to run out and get hurt or killed or go down to the highway. And there it says the sign, be careful, mean dogs, private property, don't come in without authorization. And they got the little carport there. I think fits 2 cars in there, the carport. And this is all dirt roads and sometimes the concrete rails, just so when it's raining or muddy, the vehicles could come up without slipping and sliding. So we're here in the countryside. You can see a mountain ridge over there, another mountain ridge. This is all mountains, the Andes Mountains here in Colombia. If you keep going that way, you hit the town of Guardia. It's only about 10 minutes out by car from here. And if you keep going further, a little bit further, and you go right off the main highway, you go towards the Rio Negro International Airport, Jose Maria Cordova, where all flights come in, international flights and national, for people who come into Medellin, in addition to the other airport that is in Medellin itself, called Olaya Herrera, but that doesn't serve international flights, just domestic and smaller planes and whatever. And then, of course, you got Marinilla and other towns. And if you keep going towards the left off the main highway, then after Marinilla, when you're in Marinilla, you can go down to Guatapé and Peñol Rock, San Rafael. Guatapé is a very touristy area, town, very famous, even with international travelers. A lot of people, when they come to Medellin on vacation for a few days, try to go out that way, and a lot do. Some don't because of time constraints. And that sign right there says that they're selling parcels of land and country houses. They call them fincas here. And there's the phone numbers if you're interested in that. But they don't speak English, so you would have to find somebody to speak Spanish for you as an interpreter or whatnot. And they probably have WhatsApp. You can probably just do Google Translate and send them text messages on WhatsApp and asking for prices and whatnot if you're interested in buying a piece of land around here because you want to live on it or an investment here in Colombia and all. So let's keep going. This right here, this little structure right here, this is just a big old trash bin or garbage bin where people throw their garbage into in bags. And then the pickup service from the town of, I think this one belongs to Copacabana, is on Thursdays, or I don't remember when. Now that's the gate to enter that country house up there. They got security cameras and whatever. And this little village we're going to that is part of Copacabana, not part of Guarne. Just so you know, it's called Montañuela. Montañuela, with a ñ, the end. In Colombia, when it has a little symbol on top, it's pronounced ñ. The normal N without the little symbol on top is just n. But if it's got that little symbol on top of it, kind of like a little wavy signal, sign, I mean, and then it's ñ, ñ. So this is Copacabana, this area. But if I keep walking that way, then that's Guarne. It's kind of like this little crossroads right here between Copacabana here and going that way past this little road right here is like a little imaginary line, of course. That's Guarne. So let's go this way. And that you see down there, that's all the valley of Aburrá, the Medellin metropolitan area. But Medellin is in that direction over that hill. But below us here going just down this way, this is all Copacabana. Look at the view. And if you saw the live stream yesterday for a little bit at the beginning, before the signal went crazy, because it was already kind of bad, we were looking at this little mountain ridge. I was trying to point at it. That mountain ridge right, no, not this mountain ridge, but one below it, where I wanted to go. No, it's a little higher or something, I don't remember. And I wanted to go up there today if the weather had been good, but it was just raining before earlier, so cloudy and all that just didn't let us do that venture. It was raining, cloudy, foggy, so it just defeated the purpose of going up there, and wouldn't have been able to see anything. And who knows if the live stream would have been possible, and who wanted to be in the fog during the live stream and see nothing but fog. So I used to live up here. My dad's country house is in this area, in this zone. I used to live here. Trying to see if it's totally zoomed out. Yeah. I used to live here, and I used to, until June of last year, until I left and went to Mexico, and I was planning to be in Mexico for a year total. And then from Mexico, I was going to go to India. But the plans changed, in case any of you are new to the channel. And if not, you already know. So this is, and remember, likes are always welcome for this live stream, even if after it has been seen, if you like it. Please, only if you like it. It's like me, I give likes to YouTubers, vlogs, or live streams only so long as I like them. Hey, JR. What's up, buddy? How are you, JR? How you doing? JR, thanks for joining in, buddy. Hopefully the signal will be good and strong here today. And when I was living here out in the countryside at my dad's place, the signal was always good. Because I remember I would always go for morning walks in between classes, in between the classes I teach. And I remember I would sometimes talking to my brother or somebody else with my wireless headphones, and the signal was always good. Adventures of Sam, what's up? Adventures. And JR Dirty 530. What's up to both of you? Big ups. Hola, ¿cómo están? Bien, okay. Salutations. So to both of you. Oh, here comes Moncho. That's Moncho. Moncho and Eva. Eva's walking with me, and Moncho is a male dog. And this is somebody else's country house right there. But they're not living there now. They only use it to come up on the weekends. And all that. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Ya se van para el pueblo o qué? No. ¿A caminar un ratico? Ah, qué bien. Aprovechelo bastante. Those folks, They're just going out for a walk in the countryside. They live around here. I saw them earlier, or they come on the weekends and they stay at a little country house I'll show you in a moment. If, as provided the signal continues to be strong. So we're out here in the countryside. And there used to be a bunch of pine trees here. And I've heard, I don't know if this too, but that some people from the US, hey, let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, what? Yeah, go and enjoy your Sunday. I'm enjoying mine. Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, I love my dogs too. You're in Northern California going on a hike. Heh, I wanted to go on a hike, but today's just a walk in the countryside. Enjoy the hike. JR, up in Northern Cal. There's a guy, his name is Gabriel Traveler. He's from Northern California, from San Francisco, but out in the forest up outside of San Fran. And he just made it to India back on March 31st. And he's been there for the 11th time now. So you guys can check out Gabriel Traveler. And he's back in India because they started to ease up on some of the travel entry restrictions. But not all of them yet. So he said in the vlog yesterday, and then the one today I saw while I was having lunch at my dad's country house, that in Delhi, where he arrived, and he's been to India 11 times now with this one, that in the Paharganj area of Delhi, that is right near the Sagar Bazaar and near the railway station, Indian Railways, that very few travelers were in the area where there normally are bustling all around, the international travelers. And today I'm just bringing one doggy because I already walked with 3 earlier today when I got here in the morning. I got here like at 10 a.m. I was taking care of business down in where my mom lives, and then leaving everything ready for her. And then I came up this way just to be what I do every Sunday. I come up here and spend time with my dogs and the other dogs that are on the property. And the only one I'm bringing right now for the walk is Eva. Her name is Eva. Eva. She's a girl. She's about 6 years old. Eva is very obedient. She listens to me. You're in Chico. Wow, cool. Enjoy that trip. Yeah, Gabriel Traveler has been on YouTube since like 2009. And now he's really doing well after so many years on YouTube. And he's a seasoned traveler. He's been traveling. He's traveled to like about 72 countries now. And he's been to India 11 times. His first trip around, to outside of the US, even though he was born in Canada, but as a baby, or when he was a year old, his parents decided to move back to California because his parents are American. He's American, but he was born in Canada. So he's a Canadian American. But everybody's an American in terms of the Americas, etc., etc. You see the sun. It's a hazy sun today. It's just cloudy. It rained. I was going to go hike up at noon all the way to the top of one mountain called El Morron. It takes about an hour for me to hike up there, and I was going to go with Eva and do a live stream, but that was not possible because it rained. It rained. It's been raining a lot here in Colombia and in this area. We only had like 2 days of good weather. Eva, come here. I don't know if there's a car coming or it's just another helicopter because a military chopper passed by a while ago. Yeah, there's a chopper. I hear a chopper chopping through the air. Not a Huey. Hueys don't fly anymore around these here parts. But a chopper. They patrol the highway. The highway's right down there in that part of the valley between this mountain and that mountain ridge. It's down there, the highway, the Medellin-Bogota highway. Medellin-Bogota, but there's a chopper coming. I can hear it chopping through the air. It's coming. I'm using my cell phone, not my GoPro. I did make a video, a vlog with my GoPro yesterday when my signal was just crappy for the San Felix paragliding live stream that I tried to do, but it wasn't going. And so I'll try to, try to edit that when I get the chance. I'm really busy with work. I got to get back to my mom's home tonight. And then tomorrow I got to work and a lot of lesson planning for my online classes for a company that I work part-time with. Yeah, the chopper's right over there. Now look at the clouds. That cloud formation right there. And the chopper's gonna come right out of it. Yeah. Anyway. Gabriel Traveler, yep. And he's a pretty mellow dude. He ain't crazy. Hey, Bob. Oh, she's right up behind me, right next to me. I was like looking all over for her. Was with us. And I'm going to try to go up this way. No, go up this way. And there's a nice vantage point of view that we can get all the way up there. And so, JR, man, I hope you enjoy your hike. Let me see. I think somebody was telling me something just a moment ago. You go to San Francisco often. As a matter of fact, you'll be moving to the Bay Area soon. Okay, cool. So, are you looking forward to that, JR, to moving to the Bay Area? Me, I'm just happy to be here in the countryside and enjoying the nice cool. It's about 72 degrees or 70. Dry air, not muggy, not sticky. This is the mountains up here. Humidity is low and the elevation is high. We're about at 2,600 meters above sea level. 2,600 meters, not feet. We use the metric system here. So I don't know Jack Diddley these days about feet, except for I'm 6 feet tall. That's about all I remember. And I mean, you guys know already, born and raised in the U.S., that's what I was. Some people here hanging out, visiting that country house. That area over there, there's a shrine, a religious shrine at the top. I think it's Maria something, one of the virgins. And I've done that walk once, like a year and a half ago. Maybe one of these days before I leave the country this year, because I'm planning to fly out again this year when the timing gets when it all aligns. Don't know exactly when yet, but I'm already got basically a good idea of when I want to leave. Because don't get me wrong, Colombia's nice, it's awesome, but I just don't want to. Nice, good, cool, whatever you want to call it, awesome, beautiful. And with these country roads and very nice, amicable people that say hi to you usually and strike up a conversation with you. So most times, a few times here and there, you're going to run into some people who aren't, but I'm a traveler. I don't want to be stuck in any place. When I stay in a place for too long in one city, one town, whatever, I start feeling like jittery. Look at these chickens. These are not your normal chickens. And this country house is for rent. That's where those people were coming from, the old lady and the man. If you're interested in buying a country house, look at that. That's the WhatsApp number. Me venden is that they're selling me. And if you look, you got a nice view. Let's see if because the day is so hazy. But you look down into the valley, and you can't see here, but there's a mountain ridge right there, and then a big one over there. Let me see if my hand, there we go. There you go, my hand will help the camera adjust a little bit. And it's a beautiful view of all that down that way. And this is an old country house here. Look at it, orange and white. That material is old material. It's called tapia. It's a mixture of cow dung, dirt, and some other material. That's why it has that uneven appearance on the wall. And the windows old style, school, and everything. And you can park 2 cars in here, 3. If you have visitors, up to 3 vehicles. And then you can, right there on the porch, you got the hammock. And you can lay on the hammock and swing there or sit right there in the porch area and look out that way. Have yourself a cup of coffee, cup of wine, a glass of wine, whatever. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see, because wow, she told you that, Adventures of Sam? Cool. Taking care of aging parents, I got used to slower life and up in Chico. So not quite looking forward to it. Do you speak to your dogs in Spanish? In Spanish and in English. The ones I used to have before my other children, but they passed on a long time ago. I used to speak to Moni in English when I had a big black Labrador crossed with a golden retriever. He was a big black hairy lab. His name was Cirillo, and I used to talk to him in English, mostly trained him in English. And he would listen to me, give me his handset and all that. And the other one, Sparky, also used to talk to him in English. Sparkplug, Sparky, and the other one Titan. All three of them, I used to talk to them in English and train them in English. But these days I just mostly speak to them in Spanish. This one is not mine. Eva belongs to a cousin of mine. But my cousin, he and his wife went up to Canada 3 years ago and left her and some of their other dogs behind at my dad's country house. But it wasn't my dad's country house at that time. It was his sister's, my cousin's mom, my dad's sister. So, that's the thing. Con gusto. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están? Bien, gracias. So people just taking some pictures there. And we're going up this. This is a nice little hike up. And we get a beautiful view from the top here. And the signal is holding out so far. Today's holding up. Like I told you, I have already had experience with the signal here since I switched over to Tigo from Movistar back in 2020. Yeah, because at my dad's country house, when I had Movistar, another mobile service provider, mobile phone, cell phone service provider, the signal was just garbage there. And I needed to work when the whole country, the whole world shut down. When people couldn't really go out and everybody was doing WFH, I mean the ones that could, like me. And it was hard to teach classes because sometimes my home Wi-Fi would go out in the countryside because of a power outage or something, or the signal was being affected by something else because it's an aerial Wi-Fi signal. And then I would try to use my mobile data and it didn't work because the signal was just crap. Like yesterday when I was up at San Felix, part of Bello. Bello's a city north of Medellin, right? Sharing the border with Medellin. Well, this gonna make you sweat like CNC Music Factory. This is making me sweat a little bit. That's why I never put on a sweater like that lady, whatever. Because I tend to like cooler weather better, or my body tends to fare better, a whole lot better with cool weather. Not freezing weather, but just cool weather. Warm weather, not too much. Like Gabriel Traveler yesterday was saying that in Delhi, this morning with the vlog he uploaded, the second one, that it was 99 degrees already. 99 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 degrees Celsius. But it felt warm, not hot. But it was already 99. Kind of like 99 red balloons. Like that old 80s song. 99 red balloons. The one that was sung in English by the girl, also in German originally. Check out the view in a moment. The view is in the opposite direction. I'm just gonna keep walking up so I could get a good vantage point and turn around and show you the beautiful view from this side. So the signal here is good, and I was telling you the story that it was really hard, even for the ones of us that could do WFH, work from home. And I had to switch from Movistar to Tigo because my aunt has Tigo and she told me Tigo is good here. Or somebody had Tigo there and it was awesome. So I switched over to Tigo. And then my problems were solved because I lost a lot of classes that I was not able to teach, and I get paid by the hour as an English language teacher, teaching English. So I'm gonna turn around in a moment and show you the view. So I know that this signal holds up today. There are 5 of you during the live stream here so far. On the live stream. Remember to give this a like. That's all I ask. If you like what I'm saying and what you're seeing in the countryside. If you don't like the countryside or you don't like what I'm talking about, then forget about giving this a like. There's another country house over there. I love my folks. I love my mom and my dad. They're divorced. My mom just came back to Colombia back in December 2020 after 50 years basically in the States. She only lived for like 2 years up in Canada. I was almost born there. And the rest of her 50 years in North America, she lived in the States between my time when I was born in New York, but then they left after 3 months after my birth because el transportador de Colombia. Hola, el transportador de Colombia. Hey, hola amigo, ¿cómo está? Espero que le guste este live stream. I hope you like this live stream and give it a like. Si le gusta, give it a like below. And tell people about this channel if you want to, if you like what I'm doing, si le gusta lo que estoy haciendo. Sí, esto lo hablo en inglés, no en español, o en español. Estoy como Eddie Viajero, EWDY Viajero. Ese es otro canal en YouTube. That's another channel I have on YouTube, EDDY Viajero. I'm also on Instagram as Traveling Eddie1 if you want to follow some of the posts I do on Instagram that I don't do here, and some things that I show about places I visit, short little reels, short reels like less than a minute long. This is a beautiful thing. So if you want to practice your Spanish on YouTube, watch my vlogs on YouTube under Eddie Viajero, EDDY, and then Viajero, Viajero, V for Victoria, Iajero. So this is all Guarne here. Oh, no, Guarne is, wait a minute, hold on. No, this is Copacabana. I'm in the Copacabana area right now. This is Copacabana territory. Guarne is back that way where we're coming from. For those of you who joined in late, there's a little crossroads kind of a place over there. Okay, this guy has transportador de Colombia. ¿Y hablas en español o en inglés en sus videos? So this guy, I don't know, he's going to tell us. He's going to tell us if he does his vlogs on YouTube. That's the name of his channel. Cool. Check him out, Transportador de Colombia. And I don't know if he speaks in Spanish or in English on those videos, on those vlogs. ¿Usted habla en español o en inglés? El Transportador de Colombia, en español. Okay, so he speaks in Spanish. So if you guys want to follow him and brush up on your Spanish or learn a little bit, because if you come to these countries in Latin America, meaning countries where they speak Spanish, not Portuguese, but Spanish, it's good to learn a little bit so you can understand a little bit and communicate. At least a little bit. I'm sweating, like CNC Music Factory. And Eva, she's enjoying the ride too. ¿Sí o no, Evita, que esto está pasando bueno? Eva loves this walk. This is the second walk today I've done. And all of that. Yeah, no, este es solamente en inglés. En español, básicamente no hablo el transportador de Colombia porque este canal es para la gente que habla inglés. Solamente cuando hablo en español es porque estoy hablando con alguien mientras estoy caminando y alguien aquí en Colombia. Pero cuando estoy en Estados Unidos, only in English. Cuando estoy en la India, only in English. And cuando vuelva a la India, en Hindi también, porque estoy aprendiendo Hindi. I'm learning Hindi so I can communicate in North India, one of the languages there. So look at this view. Check this view out, guys. So remember to give this like. Recuerden darle like a este video. Si les gusta, que esto ayuda a que llegue a más gente. Este video pues en vivo, live stream. But this here is Copacabana. Gracias por unirse al live stream, el transportador de Colombia. So if you go over that mountain ridge, I mean, this is Copacabana, all of this here. If you go over that mountain ridge right there, then you're in Copacabana is this way, but still all of this is Copacabana, but I'm talking about the town. Urban center is down that way. But if you go over that mountain ridge, I've went up there hiking before. I hiked up all the way up there, and I got to the mountain ridge, and I saw, and I got over to the other side that I was able to look down, and you can see the town of Girardota. Girardota is on the other side of that mountain ridge. And if you go all the way down that way, San Vicente de Ferrer, another town, past Guarne, on that side of the mountain. The highway, the Medellin-Bogota highway, goes down there. Of course, you can't see it, but it goes down that way, all the way down into Bello and Medellin, Bello, and Copacabana. So this is somebody else's property here. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see. Those are like little tables right there where you can put chairs, and they got this little type of umbrella things so you don't get hit by the sun too hard. Then you got the little gnomes, like a little dude right there looks like a person with a donkey right there behind him, but not real people. And that's somebody's summer home made of prefabricated material. Ah, gracias al transportador de Colombia que ve todos mis videos. Good. Estoy también en español. Eddie Viajero. En esos videos hoy en día solamente hablo en español, pero hay unos que todavía salen yo hablando en español e inglés. Pero ya solamente los estoy haciendo los nuevos, que está saliendo uno que otro solamente en español. Pero también hay otros que están saliendo todavía que dicen México en español e inglés. Ok, gracias. Después cuando yo vuelva a mi casa más tarde, lo busco a usted. I'll look for your channel, El Transportador de Colombia, and I'll sub you up y me suscribo. Y veo tus videos, and I'll be watching yours. And look, a little lake, like a little lake, like a little pond. Un charquito, like a little pond right there. Little man-made pond right there with the little bridge crossing over it. Con gusto, hermano. Con gusto. Yo soy colombiano americano. I'm Colombian American. Paisa gringo. Gringo paisa. That's what I am. I'm a gringo paisa. Okay, you see the mountain ridge. Yesterday we were mountain biking all the way on the other side. Yesterday, my friend and I, George, we were doing mountain bike. Estamos haciendo ciclomontañismo al otro lado. We were in the town of Entre Rios. I was going to do a live stream there, but the town was just too small, not enough to do a live stream. It would have been like pointless. And in San Pedro Los Milagros, I'll do that maybe sometime in the future, maybe. And I wanted to do the San Felix thing, but that didn't happen. But I do have a vlog that I made while I was doing the live stream and trying to make the live stream work. And I'll upload that in a few days so you can at least see what I was seeing through the GoPro, because I used my GoPro while I was holding this smartphone on the gimbal. This phone, I'm doing this live stream, and I do a lot of my vlogs, pre-recorded videos with the phone and the gimbal. That's why I'm walking and you don't see any shakiness. Cuando yo estoy caminando y usted ve que no se mueve, esto casi es porque estoy usando un gimbal con mi smartphone. That way it's totally stabilized and people don't get dizzy. Because this is a game changer. This gimbal really helped change the game of live streaming and making pre-recorded vlogs. Guys, when I get to India, when I get back to India, I'm gonna, because I see that some YouTubers are doing it now. There's this guy called Harry Jaggard, like Mick Jagger, but with a D. Harry Jagger, like Harry Potter. And he just arrived in India like 2.5 weeks ago, but he's only there for a month because he's British. And India and the British right now have this little problem because England, Britain, Great Britain, the UK was treating the Indians bad because of whatever. They were using a different, little shot thing, and they were not accepting that. So the Indians were not happy. The Indian government, that their citizens were being discriminated against in terms of going to England and all. So then the Indians did the same thing. So people can only apply if you're from the UK only for a 1-month visa, and that's it. So this guy is doing daily videos. So is Gabriel Traveler now. That he's been traveling all over the world this year, and he's doing daily vlogs that he's uploading a daily video. And I see that some other YouTubers are doing the same thing. And me, I still have kind of like almost daily vlogs going up, but I don't want to do that anymore after they run out at the end of June. But when I get back to India, I will go back to daily vlogs, because India, incredible India. The places are so epic, amazing. I mean, I was there in 2019. I was in Delhi for 2 days. I was in Mumbai for 6 days. I was in Rishikesh, in Varanasi, and so many other places. And everything is just like awesome, like mind-blowing. Like Gabriel Traveler said in his vlog today, a 2-part vlog. The other one comes out tomorrow. We're going back down to concrete rails, either concrete rails, because a regular car or even a small SUV coming at this thing without the concrete rails, and rain, when it's raining a lot here, like sometimes it rains on rains for weeks on end, without end. I mean, and you couldn't come up this road, not even on a motorbike or whatever. So that's why they put these concrete rails many years ago, and they try to do maintenance with them again whenever they need to repair them and do another little section again. They do it. The people that live in this area, they pay it out of their own pockets. It's not the government that puts this up. This is coming out of people's pockets, at least from what I've been told in the past. So what do you think about the beautiful countryside? Well, you guys already said it's beautiful. JR said it. El Transportador de Colombia said it. I think the Adventures of Sam said it too. It's all good. This, I think, is a company here, and I think they grow avocados, avocados. They got like a plantation, and they pick them, and they got people, workers, and then they take out like truckloads, not tractor trailer truckloads, but truckloads, and they got this kind of thing so nobody goes in. What? Let me see what. All right, JR, take care, buddy. You're welcome. Enjoy your hike, JR. I appreciate you dropping by. The show must go on, and enjoy your hike. This is kind of like a semi-hike for me today, buddy. You want a finca? Well, you can get one here. I know that foreigners that invest in Colombia, they get a special situation if they buy property here, a finca, meaning a country house with some land on it. I mean, a country house on a piece of land, that they get a special visa as a resident, not a citizen, but like as a resident of Colombia. If you invest, that's what I've heard. I don't know, because I'm already a citizen of Colombia. I became a citizen of Colombia when I was 24 years old, only because my parents are Colombian. So I was able to apply for citizenship and do all the paperwork that they required me to do, get my birth certificate from the U.S. translated into Spanish officially with a postilla, that special stamp, and some of the documents, and then the other documents here in Colombia, coming from my mom, and proving that my mom was my mom, with a bunch of things, and then I got my citizenship. So I don't have a problem with staying here. I don't need a visa, but when I used to come as a kid, a teenager, and until I was about 24 years old, I always needed a visa. It was a visa upon arrival. You always got 90 days, and you had a maximum of 180 days that you can extend it up to as a tourist. And I was always coming here as a tourist, but I finally wanted to stay, and I had to go through all the motions, all the paperwork, and I'm a citizen. Been a citizen since I was 24. I'm going on 50 soon, so I've been a citizen for about 25 years. So that's a plus, that's a benefit. And I've been paying for my pension here for like 16 years now, I think, total. I got 16 years paying for my pension in the system. Now I gotta do is keep doing it so I can meet the requirements of weeks. It's like 1,350 weeks that you have to have in the system, paying your pension every month. And every month when you pay your pension and Social Security benefits and everything, that counts as 4 weeks. And I've been doing that for about 16 years, yeah, total. So I still got a few more years to do that, and then I'll be eligible for a pension. Now, like in the States is easier. All you got to do is work 10 years with 10 points, and then you get a pension. Here it's a bit more difficult, and they make it that much more difficult to get a pension in this country. No joke. You got to have 1,350 weeks. You do the math. There are 52 weeks in a year. How many years is that? Just to get a pension. And your pension is calculated on the last 10 years of work, the salary, the average monthly salary on the last 10 years of work. And so the idea is for you, if you're an independent worker, contractor like me, the idea is to hopefully that you have a higher salary. And when you have a higher salary, then you can declare it every month, and then you pay your pension based on the higher salary as an independent contractor, worker. Because if you work for a company and you're hired out directly by the company, then, you know, they do all these things, and they always show your salary, whatever, in the system. And then the last 10 years of work, they average out what your monthly salary was, and if you were really making a good amount of money, then your pension is higher because you're going to get about 73% of what that average is. You're not going to get 100% of it. I don't think it works like that in any country. So I got to continue working, traveling the globe, bringing awesome videos to you guys on YouTube. Awesome vlogs, cool vlogs. Sometimes they suck because, hell, not everything we make is always good. Some are good, some are not that good. I don't even know what you guys think about my vlogs. The pre-recorded videos I've made over the last few months or 7 months since I went to Mexico, because everything got better when I got to Cancun. When I went to Cancun, I didn't have the gimbal. So this would shake like crazy because I just used my cell phone with a stick, a selfie stick. And that just, the phone doesn't have any stabilization app or software, whatever. And people were telling me, hey man, Eddie, your live streams, they're moving too much. I'm getting dizzy. I'm gonna have to log off. Sorry, man. Or your pre-recorded vlogs are also shaky and everything. I'm getting dizzy, man. Buy a gimbal. I didn't what the hell is a gimbal? I didn't know what a gimbal was, or they would tell me use your GoPro. And I would use my GoPro sometimes, but the GoPro that I have is an older version, so the stabilization software is not as good as the current ones. I got a GoPro 5, but it's still pretty wonderful compared to the quality on this smartphone, because the smartphone is a lower quality. This thing is, in live streaming, it's only like 720p pixels, but the GoPro is like a 1080, 2.7, depending. But when I transfer it to the phone to edit it and upload it, the software I use, KineMaster, only goes up to like 1080 anyway. So I gotta wait to have a better phone down the line with a higher resolution, or the app I'm using, whatever. You will start before the year's up. You will start to do videos yourself. Oh, awesome, cool. So Cancun, I got there because I was looking for the the gimbal here in Medellin before I went to Cancun last year, before I flew out that way. I was in Mexico for 6 months until December 1st. And I couldn't find it here. They didn't have one for the GoPro or for the smartphone. They only had these like Chinese version ones, and they were kind of like iffy. Like I didn't really feel comfortable with them. So I just waited to go to Cancun. And when I was in Cancun, I went to a shopping center called Las Americas, the Americas. There's one in Cancun, and there's another one in Playa del Carmen. I was in Playa del Carmen for 4 weeks, and I was in Cancun for a week. And I bought the gimbal there, the gimbal I'm using now. And wow, everybody noticed the difference right away with the live streams that I did there, the few that I did, because I was not really feeling the power of the live streams. But towards the end of my trip in Mexico, when I was in Guanajuato City, and in Morelia, I started doing live streams again. And people were liking them, and I was getting a better response. So I decided to go back to live streaming, especially when I got back to Colombia in December. And ever since I came back to Colombia in December, I've been doing live streams like every week. But when I was in Mexico, I didn't really do them every week. I was on a very tight budget, on a shoestring budget. And mobile data for travelers in Mexico, people who are not citizens of Mexico, very expensive. Very expensive. You pay like $25 for a month of data, and you only get 7 gigabytes. Gigabytes, both are good. This takes you down to the highway. This path takes you all the way down to the highway, where people here from this area of Copacabana go down to catch the bus and come back up that way after work. You the baby girl. No, shh, shh, shh. Hey, doggies. Dejen la niña quieta. She's a girl. Behave. I don't want to get nasty with the doggies. I got to protect the girl. She's a girl. She's a girl. She's a lady. Leave her alone, guys. Go, Eva. Tranquila, Evita. Eva got all scared. And I lost my train of thought. I started doing live streaming when I came back. But in Mexico, the data, very expensive. $25 for a month, only 7 gigabytes of data. And I was using it sometimes to teach my online classes when I didn't have a good signal where I was. in some areas. And with the live stream, when you do long live streams, like an hour and a half, it consumes a lot of data. And I was on a shoestring budget. So that's another reason, very major reason why I didn't do a lot of live streams in Mexico. That's the highway, Medellin, Bogota highway right there. That's the highway with the vehicles, motorcycles coming down, cars, buses, whatever, or going up on the other side of that divider. You see a bus going up right there. And it goes all the way down to Medellin. And Copacabana is right down here. Right down here. I'm not going to go past that way because it's private property up there. But up to this point, I can come around. I've been here for years coming around this way. So I know where I can... Oops, see? Sometimes they honk their horns really loud because somebody got in their way or they're just saying what's up to somebody and scaring the daylights out of people like us. Sometimes like, oh, what the hell? Why are you doing that for? And we just came down that little winding road right there. And then we're going to go back up that road right over there. And we're going to go back up that way and walk in the other direction. There's a lot to see here in the countryside still, and it's 4:14. And then I got to go back and spend more time with my doggies. And then about 6:45 p.m., 6:50 p.m. tonight, the village bus. Because here, vereda in Spanish is village in English. But these are not villages like the villages in England that are so modern or so beautifully organized. These are different kind of villages. This is called a village, this whole area. But it's not like a village that you would see in Europe or in England or in Ireland or Scotland. So, buenas tardes, ¿cómo le va? Qué bien. Vamos, vamos, Eva. Oh no. Vamos, Eva. Siga, Eva. Eva, siga. Rita, vamos. Eva, quieta. Siga, Eva. Eva, siga. Vamos. Eva, vamos. Come on, girl. Eva, siga. Corre. Run. Hey, buddy. No. I love dogs, but I'll protect mine. Hey, guys. Shh. Eva, corra. Ush. Vamos, Eva. Vamos. I don't like being violent, but if I have to kick a dog that is biting this little girl, I'll do it. Wow, the day is really opening up towards the Rio Negro side. Look at that nice little blue sky. This section. Hey, guy. Hey, little girl. It's a different kind of live stream. Just enjoying the walk in the countryside, as opposed to going to the popular tourist destinations and hotspots. I like doing both. On the grid and off the grid. On the tourist path and off the tourist path. There's a German lady that's been here since before all of this started 2 years ago, and she's loved Colombia, and she's a professional, and she's born and raised in Germany, but she loves this part of Colombia so much, this area. She lives out here, and she didn't care about that job she had in Germany that paid her so well. She gave it up, and then she works with some NGOs here. She told me more or less, and I used to see her go out and milk the cows, and she used to live up in this little house that is on the right coming up, but the owners asked for it because they remodeled it and knocked out all the trees and everything that were there. And I saw her a week ago, but I wasn't able to talk to her. And I saw her 3 weeks ago, and I was talking to her, and she says, I love Colombia, and I like being here. And every time I gotta leave, I leave because of the tourist visa thing, and then I come back when I can. This is all natural water flowing down from the top of the mountain from certain water springs, where the water comes out of, the springs, water springs. natural water. Nah, maybe a little contaminated if anybody has, dumped anything along the road, along its path coming down. So these are the concrete rails, like I told you before, because if these things were not here, motorcycles and cars would not be able to go back up on rainy days or muddy days. And if they're coming down and they didn't have the concrete rails, then the car would slide and the motorcycle would slide and accidents would happen. This is where the German lady used to live, but they changed it all up. This land was different, but they did that. And the music in the background or in the distance coming from that country house is typical of the Antioqueño music and all that. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo le va? So yeah. Well, and this doggy wants to smell Eva. He wants to say hello to Eva. And so sometimes the neighbors blast their music a little bit. Sorry, nothing I can do about the doggy barking. Eva, siga mi amor. Eva, vamos. Whoa. Gotta catch my breath. I'm huffing and puffing. These days, ever since I got back from Mexico, I only do walking on Sundays. But when I lived here in the countryside, I used to go out every day with my doggies and my family's doggies. If it wasn't raining in between classes. But my cardio's down because I'm only mountain biking on Saturdays and walking when the weather permits here on Sundays. But back down in the city where I'm living temporarily for a few months more, I gotta get back into it tomorrow because in Mexico I used to do it a lot, almost every day if it wasn't raining. In Mexico City, in Playa del Carmen, in Guanajuato, in Querétaro, in Guadalajara, in Puerto Vallarta. I used to go out for walks almost every day, and it was awesome. But I stopped doing that when I came back to Colombia in December. So it's been 4 months that I stopped doing my daily walks. And I decided to set my mind to it, like I set my mind to going to Asia towards the end of this year. And set my mind to starting tomorrow, as long as it's not raining in the morning when I finish one of my private classes, online classes. I have it until 8 a.m. And then I'm gonna go out for an hour and a half walk, an hour walk. And the lab is a little angry. Hey, what's up, Kev? How are you? How's it going? The two doggies. Hey, doggies. They were puppies before, now they're big. They don't live there, but the owners come here on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, spend the night and chill, and then they go back to the city wherever they live in Medellin or Poblado, or Envigado or Sabaneta or La Estrella. So Kev TV, he has a channel, and Kev TV I met in Mexico City last year, back in July, on July 20th. And then we hooked up again in Los Angeles, California. Kev is a great guy, guys. Check out his channel, Kev TV. He's Korean American, and he loves Mexico. He's a Mexico lover. He goes to Mexico a lot, especially Tijuana and all that, so it's good. And he just went to Mexico City about 2 weeks ago, I think. Back on March 20th, 21st. And he was down there in Mexico City and hanging out with another YouTuber, Fin Del Mundo, Finn Del, D-E-L, and then Mundo. If you look for Kev TV, you'll find them automatically, Kev TV. And if you look for Fin Del Mundo, type in Guanajuato as well. Guanajuato or Puerto Escondido. because there are some other things that come up on YouTube as Fin Del Mundo, and it's not him. Fin Del Mundo is from New Zealand. He's a Kiwi. So Kev TV was the one that got me into live streaming. It's because of you, Kev. Once again, I know I've said it a few times already during the live streams. Say it again for those of you who don't know. I thank Kev TV, Kevin, for putting me on the track to do live streams. And I've grown fond of live streaming, and I will continue to do so, weather permitting and other factors permitting, on Saturdays and once in a while on a Sunday too. But when I'm back in Asia, in India, you can expect for sure live streaming every Saturday. Of course, weather providing anyway, in India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, all those places that I'm going to be checking out and visiting with my planned 3-year life tour, work from home, wherever home is, and YouTubing, because I still have my day job. YouTube is a passion, a hobby, and now starting to make some money, but nowhere near the point where I could say I give up my day job and I dedicate my life to YouTubing and everything, to doing live streams and traveling the world. No, I'm not at that point yet. It will come. It's coming. It's coming. And I would love that to be next year, with my whole trip beginning in Asia at the end of this year. I hope, because now 26 countries I read this morning have now dropped all travel entry restrictions, all of them. No more that you have to show your health certificate. No more testing before you get on the flight, because if you tested, with many countries still that still have the travel entry restrictions, if you test positive, some countries will not allow you to board the plane, so they won't let you board the plane at the origin of your flight to go to that country. England was one of those, but they already dropped everything like 2 weeks ago, something like that, a little over 2 weeks ago. Oh, and you lose money. You're gambling your money, your hard-earned money. Let me just turn this around. We'll be clear with the front camera instead of the rear camera. And we work hard for our money. It's getting harder to earn money and to save money, because prices are going up with everything all over the world. Here in Colombia, potatoes are getting crazy expensive. To buy a kilo of potatoes here is really expensive for the common person, really expensive. It got to the point that they're making jokes that it used to be that people would say, who ordered chicken? Because chicken is expensive in Colombia, to buy chicken. But now it's like, who ordered potatoes? They're more expensive than chicken for some people now, as the joke goes. Like, ¿quién pidió papas? Who ordered potatoes? Who ordered French fries? Those things are too expensive. Those are for the rich only. We got to eat other things, maybe like fake potatoes or something. It's not a real potato. I can't believe it's not butter, like that Spam or whatever it was back in the day in the 80s. So 26 countries. So, hey, I'm one of those that's waiting to have no more risks of that I'm going to travel, that I buy my ticket to go to India or to Nepal or Sri Lanka, and then I buy it, and I book a month in Colombo, Sri Lanka, or a month in New Delhi on booking.com or Airbnb or some hotel, whatever, because you got to show that to the Indian government or whatever government usually before they give you a visa, approve a visa. And then you're about to hop on the plane and you tested positive, and then some countries won't allow you to go. You can't, and then you lose the money you invested in the ticket, and on the booking you get maybe 50% back or nothing, or maybe a few give you the opportunity for a 90% refund on these things. But usually that's not the case. And who wants the chance flushing $1,000 down the toilet, or $1,500? Hell, not me. So as soon as all travel entry restrictions to India dropped, they eased some this month, last month in March, the last week of March, when they reopened on March 27th, last Sunday, a week ago. They eased some of the travel entry restrictions, but they haven't eliminated all of them. But still, there's some random testing on arrival, And if you test positive, then you'll have to quarantine at a government facility and pay for it out of your pocket for the food and everything. And then your booking at the Airbnb or hotel or booking.com or whatever platform you use, you'll lose it. And you might have 3 weeks booked at some place, and there goes 3 weeks down the drain. Or you might not be allowed to enter the plane, like I tell you, to board the plane, to go towards India or to go towards France. France is still one of them that is still having all those, they extended the travel entry restriction until April 30th. So did Spain, so did Italy. I read the news this morning on Travel Off Path, a nice website where they give you all the latest travel updates, travel news updates, and travel news in general. We're about to cross over into Guarne. We're leaving Copacabana, the township of Copacabana. This is the rural part of the township of Copacabana. At the Copacabana. I can't sing. Like Phil Collins, I can't dance. Me, I can't sing. I can dance. Salsa, merengue, and whatever. So this is the crossroads. There's a little dumpster right here. And this divides Copacabana to Guarne. Now we are crossing over into Guarne. Dirt roads. And Guarne, the township, is down there below this little ridge right there. The tree line, above the tree line. But below the tree line, basically past the tree line. That's where it is. Somebody's coming on their motorbike. It's kind of like what you see in India when people are passing by and they have no helmets on with the 3 kids. It's coming by. And these are country folk, and they got a little child in front, or in between them too. I didn't see where the child was, I didn't catch. But there are 3 of them on the motorbike and no helmets on. And you see this in India too. India is amazing. It's incredible, India. And I'm so looking forward to being back there. So Kev, man, how's your Sunday afternoon going? Kev, what's going on? What's new in your neck of the woods in Los Angeles, in Koreatown? Koreatown. And Kev does a lot of live streaming, guys. Make sure to check Kev out and hit him up and check out his live streams. So the signal's been good here today. Unfortunately, yesterday, like I already said, when I did try to do that live stream in San Felix where the paragliding is, the signal was just cutting out. It was trying to reconnect, and it would reconnect for a minute or 2 or 3, and then it would just go out again. And finally, I couldn't even cancel it or whatever, and I had to just close the whole YouTube app for it to go off or something. And it was just the signal was horrible up there. People told me, other people I was talking to, and hey, Kev, I mean, beyond Brian, you know, your buddy Brian, I think he's back in the States now for tax season. And I remember he did a live stream up there and he had difficulty with the signal. I remember him saying it in the live stream that I caught on the restream after it had been streamed. And that area, and then the people I was talking to up there while I was doing a pre-recorded vlog with my GoPro, they were telling me, yeah, the signal up here sucks because somebody was looking for my channel handle on YouTube, but the Spanish one, Eddie Viajero, and I told the guy the thing, and he said, oh yeah, this is you, but it's not loading quickly, so I'll subscribe later. It won't let me subscribe right now. I said, no problem, buddy. And the signal up there was bad, but today it's been lovely here so far. We've been live streaming for about 1 hour and 9 minutes now. Cool. 2 kids coming and doing whatever they were doing. They were probably messing around with horses or cows and everything. These are kids out in the countryside and all that. Muchachos, otra vez, ¿cómo están? Qué bien. Eva, vamos. Sun's shining a little more. So I got about 2 hours left before I go back home, before I catch the village bus to take me back down to Guarne, the township, the town itself, the urban area, the developed area, and then catch the bus down to Medellin to the north bus terminal, and then catch the metro all the way back home to this one of the metro stations. I get off, and then I got to catch a little metro bus that is part of the integrated metro ride because I use a special card, and it pays for both things, with the card I used. And then I'll be home. I'll probably be home around 9 p.m. And then that's it. So I got until about 6:40 p.m. left to enjoy time with my doggies and all that. Buenas tardes. Poncho. Well, it's been a nice, beautiful walk. People over there, and they're waiting to milk some cows because they milk cows twice a day in the morning around 6 a.m. or something like that. When I used to live in another area of the countryside, and then they milk the cows again around 4 p.m., 4:30, 4:45, probably before 5 p.m. And some people come to buy some freshly milked milk, fresh milk, straight out of the cow, coming straight out of Compton, coming straight out of the cow. And then they take it home with them. They bottle them in those Coca-Cola bottles or Pepsi bottles or 7-Up bottles that are 2 liters, 1.5 liters, 2.5 liter bottles that they cleaned out. And then they milk the milk. They milk the cow. The milk goes straight into a bucket that they have pretty clean, and then they pour it into those bottles, plastic bottles, and people take them home, and it's straight out warm milk. Then you go home and you boil it at a certain temperature so you can avoid maybe getting sick in case you've got a weak stomach. Some people don't, some people do. Whew. Well, guys, it's been lovely. I'm going to end the stream here. Down the line, I'll do another stream here in the countryside, towards the other area, towards that area, because Guadalajara is very big. Guadalajara is on this side, on that side of the highway, further down near the airport. It's a big township or municipality. And I'll do another walk and talk in the countryside live stream, maybe during Holy Week, because from April 9th to April 17th in Colombia, this is a Roman Catholic country in general, in terms of the religion. So from this coming Saturday, April 9th, to April 17th will be all like Holy Week, Good Thursday, Good Friday, Psalm Sunday, Resurrection and all that. And I won't have to work, so I'm planning to come up here to the countryside and spend a couple of days with my dogs on different days. And if the weather's good on one of those days, I'll try to do a live stream. If the weather's nice, like a clear day, I'll go to the top of a mountain called El Morron, with double R, M-O-R-R-O-N, not moron, as a accent mark on the second O, El Morron, and the double R is R. And another live stream just walking in the countryside or from some other part here in Antioquia. So you guys have a beautiful Sunday. Take care. Kev, everybody, thank you for walking with us today. Here with us, meaning Eva and I. Thanks for the support, all of you. And enjoy the week that is coming. But enjoy your day today. This is all we have. Today is all we have. Bye-bye. Yeah.